What's up, Buttercups? It's me, Amy Young. I'm coming at you with a Friday freestyle. We are continuing the conversation on junky, jank ass, who needs it, low self-esteem. Because it is ravaging the planet as far as I'm fucking concerned. And I have zero time for that BS. I have no time for low self-esteem. I spent far too much of my own life existing in like wallowing and sitting in a sad puddle of I don't like myself, I don't love myself, I don't think I'm valuable, I don't believe in myself, all those junky ass beliefs. And if you're sitting in a sad puddle of that shit, babe, we gotta get you out. We gotta. So I wanted to share, to me, arguably, this might be like the biggest aha moment I had when I was, fumbling around on my own low self-esteem journey and figuring out how the fuck do I increase my self-esteem, which was a long and winding road that I'm still on, you guys. Like, I don't think it's ever over. I don't think self-esteem is like a one and done, check the box. Okay, I like myself now. Like, it's a practice. It's something that you keep cultivating. But yeah, it's crazy when I look at like the before and after of like who I was then in that chapter and who I am now and what got me from point A to point B. Right now I'm in point B. I don't know what point C and point D look like. Yet to be discovered. Gonna be real cool when we get there. But let me share point A to point B with you. When I was in like one of the lowest places in my life, I was like just fumbling and flailing around through my days. Like I was clocking in at a job that I really wasn't crazy about, that I knew I wasn't gonna be at forever. I was caught up in some dating disaster with some dude of the moment who like I just wanted to make something happen with because I was like, oh God, if you can just like me, that would really help me out a lot unconsciously. I was going out on weekdays and getting like accidentally drunk because I just wanted to numb out and not feel my GD feelings. And then of course I would like wake up, accidentally hungover on like a Wednesday and I can't do anything. I just have to sit here and watch Bravo marathons because I'm too hungover to do anything else. I was so unintentional with my time. I didn't even give myself permission to go, what would I really like to do today? Like what would be really interesting or enriching for me to accomplish this week? What's something that would make me feel really, really good about myself if by the end of the day I accomplished X? I was like an anti-planner. I like did not think, consciously about how I was spending my days at all. I was really just like trying to avoid thinking about anything. And I was letting this stream of days kind of like pass me by, I'm just in this little raft here on the ocean and I'm just gonna let the waves take me where I go. And if I end up accidentally drunk on a Tuesday and go home with this dude, well, whatever, like who cares? That's totally fine. But it wasn't fine because I was really effing unhappy. And I wasn't even giving myself like the time and space to actually realize that. I was just letting myself, float around on the ocean, just wasting my days, wasting my fucking life. Like, and it wasn't until I realized this that things really started to shift and change, which is that how you value your time is always an indicator of how you value yourself. Think about that for a second. How you value your time is the best indicator of how you value yourself. And if you are spending your time on activities, on things, on people that aren't enriching, that aren't filling you up, that aren't making you feel better, that aren't fulfilling you, that aren't exciting you, that aren't getting you closer to where you want to be, wherever that is, if you're kind of just like wasting your time away like I was, well, what does that say about you? It's probably saying that your time isn't really worth much, so why be intentional with it? Like, you only have a finite amount of time here in this life, right? Ooh, uncomfortable truth. Like, we've all been given this one-time window to exist. Like, there is gonna be a lights out moment for each of us. And how are we spending this time? Because if we're just frittering it away, if we're just wasting it, if we're just spending it willy-nilly on people and activities and tequila shots that we have no business taking, what does that say about how we feel about ourselves? It essentially says, I don't think that my time is very valuable. I don't think that my attention on stuff really matters. I don't think that my life is all that important because I'm willing to just fritter away my existence on shit that's not gonna do anything for me. And we don't do this consciously, duh, but unconsciously, the message that we're sending to ourselves is you don't really matter. You can't really have an impact. How you spend your time is not that important. And if you waste it away, who really cares? Because what are you gonna do with this time anyway? You can't do anything with it because you don't really matter. Like, that's the message that we send to ourselves when we are not being intentional with our time, when we're not thinking critically about what do I want to do this day, what do I want to do this week, what do I want to do this year. You are sending a message to yourself that says your time is not valuable. Because your time is not valuable, you must not matter that much. Because if your time was important, you'd be thinking critically about how you want to spend it, but you're not. Uncomfortable reality check. I was so willing to waste my time on anyone or anything that would distract me from myself. And it wasn't until I started realizing, wow, if I want to actually like myself and love myself and cherish myself and cherish this window of life that I've been given, I have to start being a lot more particular and choosy about my fucking time and who I spend it with and what I spend it on and what I end up doing with this finite amount of time. Like, I often refer to time as like a very limited currency that we have in this bank account called our life. We do not have all the time in the world. You have a finite amount of it. It is a currency that you can exchange for things that are either going to fulfill you and enrich you or they're going to deplete you and drain you. What are you spending more of your time on? The fulfilling, enriching, exciting, positive, feel-good stuff, or the depleting, draining, numbing, avoiding, uncomfortable stuff? Like, really, really think about this. Because if you want to improve the relationship you have with yourself, if you want to start valuing yourself in a powerful way, you have to start valuing your time. You have to start seeing your attention and your focus and your time that you can invest in different things and different people as being like precious gold, because you only have a certain amount of it. And if you're just tossing your gold anywhere, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense, does it? I'm telling you that your time is really valuable because you only have a certain amount of it. And I want you to be really, really picky and thoughtful and careful about how you choose to spend your time. Because once you start choosing to spend your time, this is what I learned. Once I started choosing to spend my time only on things and people and activities and adventures that left me feeling more alive, more energized, more excited, more engaged, more connected, everything fucking changed. When I decided, like, oh, I guess I can't just spend a whole 24-hour window being accidentally hungover, because that is not in alignment with like me valuing my time. If I'm devoting a whole day to like puking because I had too much Jameson at the bar last night, what does that say about me and how I feel about my time? Like, when that was taken off the table, suddenly it was like I had this day that I had to do something with. What am I gonna do with this day? That's a question that like we avoid even answering because it just feels overwhelming to think about like, what do I want to do with my time? But just because it's an uncomfortable question doesn't mean that it's not a question that's not worth asking. It is the worthiest question to answer. If you want to start valuing yourself, okay, I promise you, if you want to start feeling better about who you are, if you want to start liking yourself, loving yourself, cherishing yourself, feeling that you're worthy and valuable in the world, value your fucking time. Treat it like the precious gold sparkly currency that it is. Don't fritter it away, don't waste it away, don't avoid thinking about how you want to spend it or what you want to spend it on. Don't just toss it to any old person or to any old job that wants your precious time, your precious energy, your precious attention. Don't. Value it. Treat it like it matters. Because then your stock in yourself goes way, way, way up. Like suddenly it's like, wow, I have to be careful about how I spend my time because I want to be doing things that feel really, really good to me. So I must be kind of worthwhile. Do you know how good it feels to think about ourselves in this way, to think about our time in this way, to treat it like it's like precious and important and special? It feels good because it's the truth. It is precious and important and special. And we get really confused because we think, oh, YOLO, who really cares? I'm like, YOLO, yeah, you only live once, motherfucker, so let's not do it shitty. Like, let's make it friggin' count. It's not like YOLO, let's go get face tattoos. It's like YOLO, let's make the most of this. So start valuing your time. This is your challenge, okay? Start being intentional. Start asking yourself, how do I want to spend my time? Because how you want to spend your time is how you will spend your life. And it's worth spending on things that actually make you, feel more alive, feel more engaged, feel more excited. Start getting curious and seeking out those activities, those people, those adventures. No mass wasting time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this video finds you well. Share it with a gal pal in need if there's someone who you think could get something out of it. Comment below and let me know what you think about this concept. How you value your time is how you value yourself. Make sure you're subscribed. Head to amyyoungcoaching.com. There's so many things that I'm asking you to do, but it's all good stuff. Most importantly, just know how much it means to me that you're here tuning in at all. And I appreciate you, and I think your time is incredibly precious, and I want you to spend it very wisely. Until next time.